Another free agent has been taken off the board for the Golden State Warriors on Tuesday, with veteran wing Josh Okogie reportedly headed to a close Western Conference rival in the Houston Rockets. According to ESPN's Shams Charania, Okogie has agreed to a one-year, $3.1 million contract with the Rockets after recently finalizing a buyout with the Charlotte Hornets, which allowed him to enter free agency. The Rockets have just added to an already elite defense. Okogie has built a reputation as one of the best wing defenders in the league, with his arrival in Houston coming after the franchise previously signed another noted defender in Dorian Finney-Smith to a four-year, $52.7 million contract way back at the start of free agency. Add that duo to rising two-way star Amen Thompson, and the Rockets have multiple defenders they can throw at the league's elite guards and forwards, having already ranked fifth on that end of the floor last season. The Warriors and Rockets have become close rivals over the past couple years, including this past season, which culminated in a tight, defensive-minded first-round playoff series that Golden State won in 7 games despite only once scoring 110 points. Free agent forward Josh Okogie has agreed to a one-year, $3.1 million deal with the Houston Rockets, sources tell ESPN. Okogie enters his 8th NBA season and gives the Rockets another active wing defender who has averaged 6.3 points over 416 games. Shams Charania, July 22, 2025. News of Okogie's buyout and emergence on the free agency market did pique the interest of some Warrior fans, with the franchise still needing to address their perimeter defense with uncertainty around the future of Gary Payton II. While the beloved veteran remains an unrestricted free agent and a return to the franchise could be on the cards, Okogie might have been a worthy upgrade based on the contrasting defensive numbers of the two last season. Okogie is also a former teammate of Golden State star Jimmy Butler, albeit for a brief but notable period. Okogie was a rookie with the Minnesota Timberwolves and hadn't yet played an NBA game when Butler famously ripped into coaches, teammates, and front office executives during a fiery practice at training camp in 2018, having requested a trade from the franchise just weeks earlier. Butler and Okogie wound up playing a grand total of 8 games together before the All-Star forward was traded to the Philadelphia 76ers, where he played out the rest of the season. A reunion of sorts between Butler and Okogie is now no longer on the cards, with fans still awaiting the Warriors to make their first move as the wait continues over 3 weeks into free agency. The Golden State Warriors' 2025 offseason has been relatively quiet, but reports suggest that both Al Horford and De'Anthony Melton are set to join the roster. These potential signings could address critical needs for size, shooting, and depth, positioning the Warriors for a deeper playoff run. Currently, resolving Jonathan Kuminga's contract situation and navigating salary cap constraints are top priorities. If both players are eventually signed, the Warriors' versatility will significantly improve. Versatility is a necessity for the Warriors. Horford, a 39-year-old veteran center, brings championship experience from the 2024 Boston Celtics. Last season, he averaged 9.0 points, 6.2 rebounds, and shot 36.3% from beyond the arc, demonstrating his ability as a stretch big. His leadership and playoff experience are invaluable, though concerns about his age regarding athleticism and durability remain. Melton, a 27-year-old guard, briefly played for the Warriors in 2024 before suffering an ACL injury. His career averages of 9 points and 37% shooting from three-point range reflect his ability to stretch the floor while contributing as a two-way player. Melton's versatility and familiarity with the Warriors make him a strong fit, though his recovery is still a question mark. Despite that, the potential rewards with Melton are too great to overlook. During his short time with the team, Golden State had a tremendous start, and while he is not expected to be a primary scoring option, he can replicate certain intangibles that allowed the Warriors to maintain their greatness last season. Strategic adjustments for Golden State. Horford could help fill the void left by Kevin Looney's departure to New Orleans. As more of a stretch center, he complements Stephen Curry and Jimmy Butler by spacing the floor, which creates room for Curry's off-ball movement and Butler's drives to the basket. His veteran presence adds stability for a playoff push, addressing front-court depth issues. Melton will serve as a two-way guard, known for his defensive skills. With a career average of 1.4 steals per game and dependable three-point shooting, he enhances perimeter defense and offensive spacing, shaping the Warriors into contenders. Offensively, Horford and Melton will stretch opposing defenses, amplifying the effectiveness of Curry-Butler pick-and-rolls. Defensively, Melton's tenacity and Horford's positional versatility will strengthen the Warriors' perimeter and interior defense. These additions could help the Warriors advance beyond their second-round exit to Minnesota in 2025. Horford's championship experience and winning mentality provide a valuable advantage, while Melton, entering his 8th season, offers long-term potential at a reasonable price. However, risks include Horford's limited minutes due to age and Melton's uncertain recovery. The Warriors may need to make more moves after acquiring both players to address these limitations, but if integrated effectively, they could elevate the team to become contenders in the Western Conference. The Golden State Warriors have yet to make a single signing over 3 weeks into NBA free agency, but that doesn't mean they aren't set for a major steal in the way of a former guard. While Al Horford has been the prominent name linked to the Warriors since the start of free agency, DeAnthony Melton has joined the Veteran Center as players expected to sign with the franchise once the future of Jonathan Kuminga is eventually resolved. DeAnthony Melton could be the steal of the offseason. Once Melton's signature and his return to the Warriors is finalized, it could easily become the steal of entire NBA offseason. Fans and analysts around the league won't necessarily be proclaiming that in the next few months, but Golden State fans know exactly the sort of impact that Melton could provide when play gets underway next season. After signing a one-year, $12.5 million contract with the Warriors last offseason, it didn't take long for Melton to prove just how perfect of a fit he would be next to Stephen Curry in the backcourt. Having missed a few games early due to a lingering back issue from his time in Philadelphia the previous season, Melton won the starting two-guard spot and averaged 16.5 points, 7.0 rebounds, 3.0 assists, and 2.0 steals across his brief two-game sample before an ACL injury ruined his season. Within those 2 games, Melton shot 50% from three-point range, and Golden State were a combined plus 20 in his 53 minutes as they recorded impressive victories over the eventual champion Oklahoma City Thunder on the road, before taking down Klay Thompson and the Dallas Mavericks in the veterans' return to Chase Center. Melton was set to become one of the steals of last offseason while on a contract paying him over $12 million. If he can return healthy and build upon that, imagine the sort of value he'd provide on a minimum deal. With Horford expected to get the taxpayer mid-level exception, $5.7 million, one can only assume Melton will be on a minimum unless the Warriors can open up more room by not taking back much salary in a Kuminga sign-and-trade. Unlikely. It's not often you have a minimum contract veteran player capable of starting games, closing games, and playing over 25 minutes. Even the veteran guards that have just accepted buyouts or have been waived, Damian Lillard, Bradley Beal, and Marcus Smart, weren't willing to accept a minimum deal with their new teams. Warrior fans can rightfully be frustrated at the lengthy nature of this free agency process, but there's still time for the roster to get considerably better, and Melton may be a key pillar within that. As the Golden State Warriors attempt to find a solution to their Jonathan Kuminga predicament this offseason, it seems as though a resolving of his contract dispute is not imminent, leading many to speculate that a sign-and-trade could be a real possibility. Yet, with a recent mock trade proposed by Caleb Hightower of the Sporting News, the Warriors would receive a highly disappointing return from the newest surprise suitor for Kuminga, the Phoenix Suns. In the proposed trade, Golden State would swap Kuminga for veterans Grayson Allen and Royce Oneale, bringing in veteran help to the team's rotation but sacrificing the front office's loftier hopes for a return for Kuminga. While such a return is looking increasingly realistic as Kuminga's market cools, it would be a disappointingly anticlimactic resolution to a highly touted young player's time in the Bay. Recent mock trade shows just how far Kuminga's price has fallen. Entering the offseason, it was widely known that Kuminga and the Warriors were in disagreement both in terms of his role on the team and his monetary value. Therefore, although it remains a possibility that Kuminga re-signs on a short-term, tradable deal, numerous suitors have arisen for a sign-and-trade. This growing list of teams has included the Chicago Bulls, Sacramento Kings, New Orleans Pelicans, Miami Heat, and the Suns. It was initially reported that Golden State was seeking a first-round pick and a young player in a potential sign-and trade, but, as it stands, no confirmed offers meeting that asking price have appeared. Therefore, it is beginning to look like the Warriors may have two non-ideal options: re-sign Kuminga at a mark closer to his asking price or settle for a lesser return in a sign-and trade. To be clear, Allen and Oneale are players that would immediately bolster Golden State's rotation. Allen shot 42.6% from three-point range last season and presents a veteran sharpshooting preference that the Warriors could use desperately, especially if they were to move on from Buddy Hield in a larger deal. Oneale, 32, averaged 9.1 points, 4.7 rebounds, and 2.2 assists in 24.5 minutes per game last season, and he could provide, in some ways, the playmaking wing skill set that Golden State was seeking this offseason. Yet, a return of two aging bench pieces for the organization's former 7th overall pick would feel like a severe failure to maximize Kuminga's value on both the part of the front office and the coaching staff. However, the longer this contract situation drags on, the more likely it becomes that the Warriors will need to settle for such a heartbreaking return for Kuminga.